Kumluca County is like a green paradise in the middle of a fertile plateau, surrounded by mountains on three sides, and has been the home of various cultures for centuries. Kumluca is the region most suitable in the world for greenhouses because of its typical country formation and climate. In Kumluca, storks that are known as a symbol of the county are a big centre of attention. Storks that lay their eggs in high trees in the city centre are especially interesting for visitors from abroad with their funny behaviours. Kumluca welcomes more and more visitors each year because of its archaeological and natural attractions. Radiopolis is thought to be a city established in the Rhodes colonization period because of its name. The most notable personality of the city was Eurygates, the helping hand of Bramo, who lived in the 2nd century AD and who helped all Lycian cities of that period. The city has a theatre, public baths, Opraveos monument, a church, several necropolises and several cisterns. Olympos was founded in the Hellenistic period. This was understood from the presence of the Lycian Union coins that were issued in the 1st century BC. Olympos is a site visited by countless visitors from Turkey and abroad. Excavations and historical artifacts that have been discovered here in 1991 have increased the historical and tourism value of the place. As for today, the region is a site under protection because it is an area used by caretta turtles for leaving their eggs. And the region is also especially preferred by university students because of the holiday village, wooden houses, open areas that can be used for camping, and it being situated on Lycian King Road is an important point. Hisar village, with its historical mill that is thought to have been built in the Ottoman period and that still continues to work today, also attracts attention with its historical houses and cultural texture. The historical plane tree, according to the measurements made, is 1,150 years old and it amazes visitors. Trout farms promote both the regional economy and the development of the region. In addition to trout farms, greenhousing is another important sector in the region. Early vegetables and fruits that are cultivated are mostly exported abroad. This means a considerable contribution to the country's economy is made. The locals show a great importance about preserving their cultural heritage. Handcrafts that have been passed on from generation to generation for centuries are still carried on and kept alive even today. Adrasan is connected to Kumluca County in Antalya and became a town in 1996. It is a notable base surrounded by pine trees. Adrasan River that cannot be noticed flowing towards the sea is a startling attraction with special lodge terraces built in the water. Adrasan, situated west of Antalya, has a green bay, with its nuances of green and blue, and is a natural paradise rarely encountered. Managavat County, with a coastline of 64 kilometers, is one of the longest and most beautiful beaches in the Antalya region. The Sidi ancient city and the Managavat Falls, situated at only 5-kilometer distance, are interesting places visited frequently by tourists visiting the Mediterranean. Managavat waterfall, formed by river waters cascading from a 4 to 5 meter cliff into a large area, creates a view worth visiting. In the spring, the water clarifies, and fed by underground water while passing by canyons, and the Managavat river's speed is only cut back by Oymapanar Dam. Boat tours organized at the lake at the upper part of the dam is a great opportunity to see all the natural beauties surrounding the dam. In addition, the valley that constitutes the upper part of the dam is an extraordinary sight, with cliffs several meters high and the waterline situated between these cliffs. As for those areas under the dam, some of the settlements are being buried underwater within time. The roofs of the houses and the trees now underwater is another wonderful sight not to be missed while visiting this region. Canyon at 60 kilometers to the county center comprises the Kumluca River, and the name is also given to the Kumluca National Park, which is world famous. The cypress forest hidden in a valley situated in Altınkaya village, which makes up part of the Kumluca Canyon National Park, is popular for rafting enthusiasts from all over the world. Turkey, or Libra ancient site, which is surrounded by deep cliffs on 3 sides, has ruins of a city wall on one side at the southern end. The walls are made of hewn stone, and in the middle there's a monumental gate which provided entry and is now in ruins. The agora, surrounded by various building ruins, is the best area protected throughout the site. The architecture is like the Ionic style agoras that were developed in a Hellenistic period. It is thought the city was founded before the 7th century BC. Throughout the Anatolian history, City passed the same stages of development like most other Pamphylian cities. City, first dominated by the Lydian kingdom in the first half of the 6th century, then came under the Persian domination between 547 and 546 BC. The city that prospered under the Persian rule surrendered to Alexander the Great by 334 BC. The excavations revealed the traces of a big fire and several earthquakes. In the City Museum, that consists of public bath ruins restored at the entrance of the site, various statues, architectural pieces, altars, inscriptions, reliefs and columns, in addition to smaller discoveries such as oil lamps or teardrop bottles discovered in the ongoing excavations, date back to the 1940s. Out of the exhibitions displayed at the museum, Nike, Hercules, Hermes statues, as well as 3 graces and reliefs depicting the birth of Zeus and the story told about the punishment of Ixion on the Eris relief, are the most attracted by visitors. Cleopatra Beach, the name which comes from the Egyptian Queen Cleopatra, is a large area with fine sand and shallow water. This beach, which is a favorite by visitors with its yellow sand and clean sea, is one of the awarded Blue Flag beaches of Antalya. It is thought that Apollo temple in the region belongs to the Hellenistic period. The huge columns which still stand today are ruins of a temple that hosted important religious meetings. This temple was amongst the biggest and most impressive architectural buildings of that period. Cide, that was a natural harbour of ancient Pamphylia, and which means pomegranate, is also the site where Egyptian Queen Cleopatra met Roman commander Antonius to take a swim and watch the sunset. Cide was a famous trade centre in the Lydian and Persian periods, especially under the rule of Alexander the Great in the Roman period. It was known as the biggest slave market in the Mediterranean. The first settlement in Serik were established in 2 different areas in the 2nd century AD as part of the Pergamon kingdom near today's Yanköy village at Silyon Koçhisar Hill and at Aspendos in Berkes village. Among the most notable symbols of Serik County is handmade knives. These knives with handles ornamented by siliqua are world famous. Aspendos, founded by Akkad people in the 10th century BC, became one of the most notable cities of the region in history, and the theatre was built in the 2nd century AD by the Romans. This building is the best preserved example of ancient theatres that remain to our day. In addition, this theatre is one of the best examples of Anatolia of architectural monuments that represent the Roman civilization and that has survived to this day with the least possible damage. The theatre was dedicated to the local gods of the city and to the imperial family. Aspendos is visited by thousands of tourists from all over the world every year. Today, various dance shows and cultural activities are organised in Aspendos Theatre. These shows attract great interest and with the historical texture of the theatre are enjoyed by thousands of spectators. Another important ruin of Aspendos are the aqueducts. This aqueduct, which brought water to the city from the north end of the mountains, is 1 kilometre long and has shown an extraordinary engineering skill and is one of the rare examples that remain from ancient times. The interior of Zeytintaş Cave is full of attractive stalactites of all kinds that are very beautiful. In addition, ponds that are found among big columns make the appearance of the cave even more interesting. Especially macaroni stalactites that are found at every corner of the cave, and the heights which sometimes reach half a meter, is an interesting characteristic of Zeytintaş Cave. These young stalactites, where development still continues, are not easily found in every cave in our country. These particularities have prepared the most suitable ground for managing Zeytintaş Cave in tourism. The Uçan Su waterfall in the region is also an attraction for visitors. The Uçan Su waterfall in the region is also an attraction for visitors. Uçan Su waterfall, which cascades from a height of several meters within a green channel, charms visitors with its interesting natural formation and striking appearance. Another important historical monument of Serik is the ancient site of Silyon. Silyon, which was the leading city of that period, is situated on a hill fairly elevated, which continues to attract visitors today both from Turkey and abroad, despite its lack of preserved ruins. The church, the synagogue, and the mosque that are found together in the same garden is called the Garden of Religions, and is one of the most interesting parts of Serik. This garden that allows the members of 3 big religions of the world to pray together at the same place and time has an important message to the world in matters of universal peace and ethics. In the Garden of Religions that underlines all human beings in the world are equal and that there is freedom of belief, united numerous people with different beliefs from various countries around the world in Anatolia, which is one of the centers of civilization. Bilecik, which is becoming an important center both in the Mediterranean and world tourism, is a holiday paradise close to Serik. With a remarkable coast with pristine beaches and beauty, luxury holiday facilities that welcome the visitors, with an impeccable sense of service and fascinating nature, Bilecik is hosting more and more holiday makers each year. The golf facilities of Bilecik are mostly near high-capacity accommodation hotels with a rich cultural culinary cuisine, which also offers shopping and entertainment opportunities. These facilities offer the chance beyond compare to spend a holiday in nature with golf fields arranged according to the environment. Bilecik has become a selected golf center uniting golf enthusiasts all around the world with a combination of courtesy, quality and prestige.